Hello, BBs, how's it going? It is I, PALLAS Athena, your god of wisdom, warfare, handicraft, guardian of heroes, protector of Athens, and the silliest boy in all of Olympus. How's it going? How you doing? What's going on? Are we ready for some wisdom today? Today is our Ask the God of Wisdom, where I will be delivering upon you some nuggets of wisdom, some glorious little parcels from my mind palace and sharing them with you. I hope you're excited. Yes, give us the wisdom. I will give you the wisdom, it is true. The wisdom shall be shared. Before we get into all that, though, I do want to very quickly move this over. So there's a bunch of Tron stuff that I want to get to before we get into everything, including I don't know how many of you guys know this. Did you know I'm in fucking Tron? So, Athy, what do you mean by that? So, we got our first look at Athena. Yeah! I'm in fucking Tron and I'm played by a hot lady. Hang on. I will let me save the image and I'll bring it up. So basically what happened is Empire Magazine is Disney's finally doing some promo. Finally, thank you. It's not just me. It's not just unpaid promo work for Tron Ares. It's actual like legit shit going on. I'm not purple, I'm red. But that's okay. That's okay. We take those. Okay, this is Tron me. This is Tron me. This is Athena. I was like, I'm played by a hot lady? That's awesome. Hell yeah. This is Athena. I was like, oh shit, she looks so cool. Shout out to Empire Magazine. Absolute legends. I look awesome! So yeah, I'm in fucking Tron. Oh my god! So, okay, obviously it's not me. I'm assuming, okay, so it actually, I've seen some people be like, what's up with the Greek themes? And, like, I will say, if you, like, pay close attention to Tron, Kevin Flynn, when making the Tron system, like the second grid, the one that we see in Legacy, it's very much inspired by like Greek and Roman aesthetic. So it doesn't like surprise me that Greek mythology snuck its way onto the grid somehow. I don't think that they are necessarily like gods, right? Like I don't think they're meant to be gods per se, but I do think that maybe we're gonna get something where like in this new system that we're gonna see for the first time, my guess is that in this new system, some of the high-ranking programs are named after Greek mythological characters. We also see we do know. Hang on, let me pull this up as well. One of the main focuses, which we did know, is going to be AI. So Tron Ares star Greta Lee as programmer Eve Kim facing the frontier of AI, stating, "This movie touches on all of these things, and so many days on set, we would simply sit there and get chills." So it is going to tackle subjects like AI in the new movie. I think that just kind of makes sense. Like, obviously, that's where the series would go, is try to, like, dissect what AI has the potential to be. Also, we did, and I get all this from Daily Dose of Tron, by the way. You should follow them on Twitter. They're great. They're, like, great for Tron stuff. And then Empire also has an exclusive interview with Trent Reznor. Reznor, if you don't know, is the main frontman for Nine Inch Nails, but he's also, like, a very prominent a composer for film. So Nine Inch Nails says that their Tron Ares score sounds precise and unpleasant at times, which is exactly what I expect from Tron Ares. Like, it should sound kind of like unsettling. And he goes on to say that there's not 1 second of orchestra. So there's no orchestra, right? Trent Reznor tells Empire, the concept of artificial life infused with feelings. We riffed on that idea. Which I'm like, yes, bitch! It's gonna be full tech, like full techno. I can't wait. Vivi, thank you for the gifted memby to Harvest. Thank you. But yeah, I'm so amped. I'm so excited. And we did get, yeah, some more promos. We got this, like, what I think is Ares and Athena, like, against, like, some kind of wall. Maybe it's, like, the edge of the grid. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's, like, some kind of, like, wall. Like, some kind of barrier. And we see them, like... But the other thing, too, is, like, they're in the all red, which has me, like, so confused. Like, why the all red if they're supposed to be the protagonists? Like, usually the protagonists are good guys. It's not inherent. So are protagonists going to be the villains? Are Tron, Sam, and Korra going to have to stop Ares and Athena? I don't know, but I'm excited. Also, the fact that Disney themselves made a tweet about it. Disney, the official Disney Studios account, the official Twitter account for Disney, right, tweeted out saying, Tron is back. Enter the grid in Empire's exclusive Tron Ares issue subscriber cover, illustrated by Julian Rico Jr., and the art is so fucking cool. Hang on, I'm gonna pull it up. Let me pull up the art because it's sick. Hang on. The art for this is so cool. And okay, so this is is a little big. Is a little big. Is a little big. That's okay. You're gonna get it piece by piece. It's like an outfit reveal. This is the artwork. I was like, damn, bitch, you drew that? That's crazy. It looks so good. It looks so good. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. I hope this movie's good. It looks so good. Everything about the movie, with the exception of Jared Leto, fuck Jared Leto, but everything else looks so good. I'm so like, oh, please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm very excited. I think it has a lot of potential. You need that as a wall. I need that as a poster. That it's so sick. We will definitely be watching. We'll definitely watch Tron and Tron Legacy together. A lot of people are saying like, "Bring back my goat," and it's just like people want Tron back, and I'm like, yeah, I know we want Tron back, but like I assume if we do get Tron. Again, we've talked about this before. If we get Tron in this movie, he will absolutely be played by a new actor. Bruce has said he doesn't want anything to do with Tron moving forward, just because Tron is such a start, stop franchise. It's hard. It's the same reason why Ncuti left Doctor Who. It's hard to be so start, stop with a series because you don't know what you're doing, right? And I'm glad people are also like, yeah, it took you fucking long enough. Right? And I'm like, yeah, I agree. And a lot of people are saying, like, can we stop, like, casting Jared Leto and things? And I'm like, yeah, I would like that. But as long as the story's good, that's what I care about. Like, as long as the story's good and the action... what I need from a Tron movie, realistically, is vibes. The vibes have to be immaculate. The story can suck donkey nuts. As long as the vibes... are good, it's a perfect Tron movie. Tron is mostly vibe. Like, the first Tron and the second Tron, like, story-wise, like, they're okay, they're good stories. But the characters are what keep you, and the thing that really keeps you is the vibe. Tron is a vibe. So if they nail the vibe, if they get the Tron energy right, that's all I ask. It just has to be a vibe. It has to be a Tron vibe. If it's a Tron vibe, if it vibes like a Tron movie, they've succeeded. I don't care how it does financially. I hope it does well, obviously, so that we can get more. But at this point, Tron is such a series that I just kind of expect every movie to bomb that comes out of this franchise, that I'm like, it'll probably bomb. I'm okay with that. It just has to be good. You know? Let the vibes be impeccable, Disney. That's what I'm saying. Do they have any Tron at the parks sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a good indoor coaster deal. They do have, there is a Tron vibe at the parks. You can ride the light cycles. So you can go, there is a Tron ride. I forget what it's called. Hang on, let me look it up. Tron light cycle ride. I think it's in Magic Kingdom. Let me see. Oh, okay, or Opera GX can shit the bed. Power Run. Tron Light Cycle Power Run. Oh, it's in Shanghai. It's in Shanghai. No, but it's also at it's at Magic Kingdom as well. Okay, yeah, it's at Magic Kingdom as well. And it's like a little like it's like a light cycle ride. Where do you start in the Tron series? Tron, like the first movie, so the first movie, you start there, then you watch Tron Legacy, and you can realistically stop there. If you really want to keep going, you can watch Tron Uprising, and if you really want to get into it, you can play the 2 games, the visual novel and then the roguelike that just came out. But that's it. It's not a big franchise. Like it's not like a franchise that has like a million entries. All you have to do is watch Tron 1, watch Tron, then Tron Legacy, and you can stop there. If you want to get into it more, you can watch Tron Uprising, and if you want to be a hardcore fan, you can play the 2 games. And if you can somehow get your hands on Tron Evolution, you can play that too, if you want. But it's hard to play Tron Evolution because it's stuck on like Windows games for Windows or whatever, so it's hard to find. It's not an energy drink. It's a pop. Relax. There we go. I was like, I know you guys heard the can open. Relax. And Tron.0. If you want to be like hardcore, you can play Tron.0. I don't want to play Tron.0. Tron.0 makes me dizzy. I finally was like, you know what? Let me try to get into Tron.0, and I went on Steam. It's on Steam, so I went on Steam, watched the trailer, and I'm like, nope. Like first-person games have a tendency to make me very dizzy. You know, it's a game that wrecks my shit. Like a game that really messes me up. Also, Tron 2.0 is also not canon. It's like the same way that like Star Wars has like the Legends books, which are no longer canon, but they're still cool and fun to read. That's Tron 2.0. Tron 2.0 is not, it's Legends canon, you know, it's not canon anymore, but I think it does also have a comic book continuation. So if you do like Tron 2.0, there is like stuff in that kind of tangent universe, but it is a tangent universe, it's not the main one. It wasn't that way initially. Tron 2.0 was straight up the sequel to Tron. But now, you know, we have Legacy and everything else. And yeah, so Tron 2.0 is Tron, then Tron 2.0 happens. Everything else is Tron, Tron Legacy, and then eventually Ares coming out in October. It's called Soda, only boomers call it pop. Shut up. Anyway, the other game that makes me like, that just like fucks my shit up. The other game that like really wrecks me, and I can't play it, funny enough, despite the fact that I will watch the cutscenes and enjoy the plot of it. I can't play The Last of Us. The Last of Us makes me sick. Like, it makes me, like, really want to throw up. I can't explain why. It's the way Joel and Ellie, like, move around, and the camera has to, like, try to keep up with them. It makes me want to throw up. And it's too bad, because I could tell the gameplay is good. It's not like, their fault. It's not Naughty Dog's fault. But it makes me want to throw up. I had a similar issue with Uncharted as well, where like it just kind of made me want to throw up. I think it's frame rate. If the frame rate's choppy, it'll make me feel icky. Last of Us is more on story than gameplay, that's true. Halo's that game for me. I don't know how I survived 2 to 3 games. I love Halo, right? Wake me when you need me. Is like, first of all, the most perfect ending to any trilogy ever, and then they're like, yeah, but how about more games? And I'm like, oh, okay. And how about Cortana's fucking evil now? And I'm like, wait, what? And how about Chief gets his ass kicked by some random fucker? What? What are we doing? Yeah, I don't like the other games. I'm not a fan. I do love Tron. I do love Halo, but specifically Halo 1 to Reach. Like when Bungie was in charge of Halo, I was like a big Halo guy. After Bungie left, I didn't like it. Like pretty much from jump, like from Halo 4. Like I was like, yeah, I don't know if I like this. And then it kept going and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this. And it kept going. I did play a little bit of Halo Infinite. It was okay. Like Halo Infinite's okay. I think that don't be a dick and like fire or like close down the studio. Don't close the studio down, but have them work on something else and then give Halo to somebody else. Give it back to Bungie. Fuck it. I would love that. Like I actually like give it back to Bungie and tell them to not make it Destiny. Look, and I was so excited for Destiny, dude. My PS4 is Destiny themed. It's a white PS4 with like gold Destiny designs on it, like designs from Destiny and like the codex and everything, and it's like all like pretty, right? Like I was so excited for Destiny, and man, did I not care. Like a couple hours in, I was like, oh, what are we doing? Man, Destiny let me down, right? Like after that I was like, okay, I think I'm done with first person shooters for a while. Like I only ever really cared about like GoldenEye. I love GoldenEye. There was another James Bond game I liked. I just can't think of what it was. It had like a little watch that shot a laser. Can't remember what it was. But that game, James Bond games, Halo, and I think that's it. I actually do think that's the only ones. I used to play what is it, Medal of Honor. That was okay, but I didn't super like it. I just kind of played it because I had it. So I was like, well, I might as well play it. It was okay. I just don't typically, I'm not a first-person shooter guy. It kind of makes me feel icky. DDR? Dance Dance Revolution? My friends used to be addicted to Destiny 2, and then everybody said it fell off. Oh, I love DDR. I thought you meant like, I thought it was like a first-person shooter that you were talking about. I'm like, DDR? Are you a Zelda guy? Oh, I love Zelda. I'm a very big Nintendo guy. As you could probably tell if you were here from the start of this channel when I was still doing like Nintendo news. I'm a very big Nintendo guy. I don't have the Switch 2 yet. I am very broke and can't afford it. I will eventually get a Switch 2, just not right now. Fallout makes me feel real gross. Don't like Fallout. I thought the topic was childhood games. Never mind. Oh, no. You're all good. Don't feel bad. Did I miss the start of the stream? No, we're just talking. BBs, how many times have you and I had this conversation that I will yap at the beginning of a stream for like a long time? I will yap before we get into this. Like it's the way of it. You have to know that I am going to talk a lot. I am going to yap. These streams are 90% yap. But no, I do love DDR. That's why I know I'm never. This is why I know I'm never late to things. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about ever being late to a stream because you could be like a half hour late and I'm probably still just talking. Are you a Pokemon person? Yes, actually. So fun fact, we did start back in the day. We started a Nuzlocke, sort of a cozy lock, where it was like a more chillaxed version of a Nuzlocke. I have since decided, fuck that, and I instead will be playing. I will instead beat Pokemon off stream, Pokemon Violet off stream, and then we're just gonna do shiny hunting. So that's my plan. We're just gonna be shiny hunters. Never have to worry about missing planned content. You'll most likely come in on Tron or Nintendo. That's true. You will more often than not come in on me just yapping about Tron or Nintendo. Or Lord of the Rings. Or Kingdom Hearts. Or Scott Pilgrim. One of them. If you have to remove a franchise for all eternity without the chance of ever returning back, which would it be? Zelda, Sonic, Mario, or Pokemon? can I kill myself? Is that an option? Gods can't die, unfortunately, so no, I can't. Okay, one franchise is just like wiped away. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm sure there's gonna be people who are like, it's Sonic! Shut up! No, it's not. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. How dare you? Okay. Sonic can't go simply because of Crush 40. Dude, we're gonna crush 40. That's the name of the band. Favorite Game Grumps moment. My favorite Game Grumps moment is City Escape. When Dan's like trying to talk to Aaron, and Aaron's like, right, just humming to himself. Dan's like, Aaron, are you okay? And then, can't stick around, have to keep moving on. Like, just starts singing, and he's like, wait, do you know the words? And Aaron's like, Dan, have you not noticed that I've secretly been a huge Sonic fan this entire time? It's like so funny. And then like, it's okay, Aaron, I'm a furry, right? And everyone's like, oh, they admitted it, right? Like, yeah, like them be, because they always like tiptoed around like, is Aaron actually a Sonic fan? Is Dan actually a furry? And that's the episode they're like, fuck it, yeah, it's true. Like, fuck it. To whip out a tough question like that, also the yapping about Scott Pilgrim's so real. We got a new Scott Pilgrim game coming out, and it looks amazing. I've already seen people bitching, which tells me that the Scott Pilgrim community is alive and well. If people are bitching, but yeah, people are already complaining about the art style. They're like, but it looks like Takes Off. Yeah, Takes Off looks like the Takes Off is modeled after Brian Lee O'Malley's art in the manga or comic, whatever you want to say. You're upset that it looks more like the book than the first game, which tried to look like the book too. It just is closer to the book. Why are we complaining? People complain about anything. I swear people complain about everything. You know, like, it's wild, Dio. Wild, Dio. Also, another thing I remember people complaining about.
Well, why is it called, like, it's called Scott Pilgrim. Why is Scott not here? Where's Scott?
You've had an entire series of novels and a video game and a movie to hang out with Scott. This is about Ramona.
But why is it called Scott Pilgrim?
Brand recognizability. Brand recognition is the brand. Is called Scott Pilgrim. There's a reason why it's called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Because he's there for like the first episode, and then he takes off. For those who don't know, take a hike or take off is Canadian for get out. Like, leave. Takes off is Canadian for leave. I'm sure you guys have said takes off even if you're not from Canada. Like, yeah, he took off. Right? Like, Scott Pilgrim takes off. He leaves. That's Canadian. I've heard that so much. Yeah, that's yeah. Take a hike, eh? Yeah, take off, hoser. People are still talking about that. People are still upset. Which is so wild because I'm like, okay, this is my controversial take. Athy, what's your favorite anime? Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I said it. Only reason I didn't say it in my debut is because I knew you guys were gonna blow a gasket if I said that shit, but it's true. Like, it's true though. What's your favorite manga? Scott Pilgrim. But that's not a manga. Yes, it is. But it's in fuck off. That's my wisdom. What's the best manga and anime of all time? Scott Pilgrim. I would never bait people on the internet. That's great. No, the best manga of all time is Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul. That's a bold statement, but it's true. Yeah, best manga of all time, Tokyo Ghoul. Best anime of all time, Fruits Basket. Yeah. Yeah, those are my picks. Yeah. Best manga of all time, Tokyo Ghoul. We really did start the Q&A. No, we haven't. Shush. Do you speak French? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? C'est ça. No. That's all I know how to say. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? That's right. That's from Lady Marmalade. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Would you say something? Why would you say something so controversial and so brave? I know. I'm out here to represent. I'm out here to represent the BBs. You know, I represent taste. Could Scott Pilgrim beat Goku and Superman all at once? Yes, because if I decide he can, then he can. Because versus, we talked about this the other day. Versus fights are silly because at the end of the day, like Stan Lee said, whoever the guy writing the story wants to win is the guy who wins. So because I like Scott Pilgrim more than Goku and Superman, not by a whole lot, but just a little bit, I would say that Scott beats the snot out of Goku and Superman. How? I don't know. I'd figure it out, right? Like, how? I don't know yet. But he does. Maybe Scott channels the power of even older Scott. Even older Scott. What is your opinion on Clannad and After Story if you've watched it? I've never seen it. Never seen it. I noticed the shield in the back has French. What? Where? What shield in the back? What are you talking about? Oh, the symbol in the back? I didn't even know it was French. I'm Canadian, so most of my French is like poking fun at the French. So that's most of my. It's poking fun at the French, but the second somebody else pokes fun at the French, I kick their ass. That's what it means to be Canadian. How dare you, eh? That's my punching bag. You back off. That's my relationship. Anytime somebody disses French is the most beautiful language of all time, but you cannot tell them I said that. You know. Parallel dimension Scott Pilgrim teamwork. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it works out. Okay, here's my thing. I feel like, because I see people like roll their eyes whenever it's like, well, they wouldn't fight, and people are like, ugh, like friendship shit. It's true. Goku and Superman would scrap, like they'd spar, but they're not gonna kill each other. It's my big issue with Death Battle. I know it's called Death Battle, but why are they killing each other? Why are they actually murdering each other? It doesn't make sense. That would not happen. It's like, oh, but everything else is so scientifically accurate. I'm like, yeah, but it's not it's not accurate to the literature that these characters are featured in. You know, it's not accurate to their actual fiction. So is it scientifically accurate? Yeah. Is it dumb to take a fucking ruler and measure distance on a manga panel? Yeah, that's dumb. Yes, I think so. Right? Like, don't get me wrong. You guys know me. I love being analytical. I love this shit. But when people try to say that Death Battle is like canon somehow, even Death Battle, even Wiz and Boomstick would tell you, no, the fuck it's not. Right? And I love Wiz and Boomstick, and I love Death Battle. Like, don't get it confused. It's not Death Battle that bugs me specifically. Like, I don't like how bloody and like kind of grim it is, but I get that that's the point. It's called Death Battle. I get it. Right? It's more like the people who consider it like canon that bother me. Like when people get upset that it's like,
the Superman beat Goku and that would never happen.
And I'm like, first of all, yes, he would. But also, like, that's just like my opinion, man. Like, if you think Goku beats Superman, that's fine. Who cares? Like, it's not real. Like Death Battle's not real. I don't understand. A new movie Forgiven dropped. Now it's time for a rewatch. Is that true? I was surprised with Saitama and Popeye's fight. Doesn't Popeye win? That's the other thing too. Like Saitama versus anyone is a stupid argument, right? Like if you try to tell me, like, ask me give me any character, I promise you Saitama wins. Because the entire joke of the franchise is that Saitama beats everything in one punch, man. Like, that's the joke. Is that Saitama beats everything.
Yeah, but he punched one guy and it didn't kill him that one time.
Yes, but the purpose of the story, in like the joke of the story, because at the end of the day, I know how much we all love it. It is a comedy. The joke is Saitama beats everybody, and it's made him bored. That's the joke. He's so unbelievably strong. He beats everybody, and he's miserable because of it. That's the joke, right?
But what if he fought...
Shut up! Shut your mouth! Shut up! No! Shut up! No, the entire point is that Saitama wins every time.
But what about my favorite character?
No! Shut up! I hate power scaling. I hate these stupid fights. So dumb.
Oh, but he speed blitzes.
If I have to hear one more person talk about speed blitzing, I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles. Like,
oh, but he speed blitzes. Flash speed blitzes.
I didn't know what speed blitzing was until like late internet, and I wish I could go back to a time where I didn't know what that was. At best, those characters buy themselves a few seconds to a minute. Plus, like, there's characters that give Saitama like a quote-unquote fight, but even then, he's not trying. Like, he's just kind of like trying to have fun, so he's keeping it really light because he's trying to remember what he trained for in the first place. By the way, don't do the Saitama workout. But please don't. Don't. Right? If you're gonna... there's elements of Saitama's workout that are good, and then there's elements that are, like, really bad. You're gonna hurt yourself. Like 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10K every day. Right? And I heard that, I'm like... That's it? Right? Like, that's all he did? That's how he got his powers? That seems weird, right? But that's because it's a joke. But also, like, you will hurt yourself. You know who speed blitzes your favorite character? Ultra Instinct Rick. Dun, 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 dun. That'd be so scary. Like, if just Ultra Instinct Rick appeared behind me, that'd be terrifying. God, I wish that worked. Yeah, if you could do, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, being like, every day I'm gonna do 100 push-ups, or every day I'm gonna do 100 squats, or running 10K every day is the thing that's probably gonna knock you out, right? Like, that is probably the thing that's gonna knock you out. Do not do 100 sit-ups. Sit-ups are so bad for your back. You will fuck your back up. If people are like, right away, no. When you get older, you're gonna walk with, like, the biggest hunch of all time. Do not do sit-ups. Do any other like ab routine, but not squat or not sit-ups. Like 100 squats, 100 push-ups, that's fine. Maybe drop that from 10K down to 5K. Even then, that's kind of pushing it, but like 5K, you know, like, just don't hurt yourselves. If you're gonna do these workouts, don't hurt yourself. You know what workout I would recommend? Anything from Jack's Blade. If you go watch Jack's Blade on YouTube and you watch Tough Like the Tunes, anything from Jack's Blade is okay. Like, you can do anything from Jack's Blade. You'll probably not be able to do all of it right away because it's a lot and it's kind of hard, but he has like a warm-up video. He has a bunch of Tough Like the Tunes that you can try. Like, just do that. And calisthenics are your friend. Calisthenics are very, very much your friend. Don't get me wrong, you know, I love my weights, I love my training, you know, I got all my shit in the back, but calisthenics are your friend. When you don't have those in the back, calisthenics. I wish young me knew that beforehand. Yeah, you will get fucked up. I may be going crazy, but I thought the eye shape on your shoulder armor, the eye shape on your shoulder armor moved at least the highlights? The eye shape on my shoulder armor. What? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's just... I think it just looks like that. I don't think it does anything. Yeah, I think maybe it was a trick of the eye. I don't think the eye shape on the. Yeah, I don't think the eye shape on the shoulder does anything, unfortunately. No, yeah, that's not a thing. It blinks every 100 years. My shoulder armor blinks every 100 years. Hang on. The pauldron is sick? I had to type, I was like, what are we talking about? Pauldron? I was like, oh, armor, right. I was like, what are we talking about? The pauldron's, yeah. He just looks like that. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I was very confused what we were talking about. I was like, what? What are we talking about? Everybody's confusing me right now. I mean, it doesn't take much, does it, BBs? Doesn't take much. And let me pull up the questions. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. Please don't. My PC's been having issues. Hang on. It's I may have to close this and reopen it. Oh god. Stop it. Stop this. Okay. If stream dies, that's my bad. It's being very my stream has been acting up like crazy lately. Like my PC's just going through it. Hang on. Okay. Alright. There. Okay. Let's move to gaming. There we go. I'll move myself over here. And where is it? There we go. Boom. Welcome everybody to the first official Ask the God of Wisdom, or Ask Athie, as we'll call it. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Ask Athie, the first of hopefully hopefully many, where you can ask me all the questions and I will provide all the answers. These were questions asked anonymously over on Marshmallow. Marshmallow. It's the same thing, spelled the same. I just like to say marshmallow because that's what I have said for ages. But I understand that some people say marshmallow. If you say marshmallow, that's fine. I just think you're a little bit odd. But yes, first, and keep in mind, these are all asked anonymously. So I will put out the call for the next time to submit questions over on our Marshmallow. You can submit them right now. Doesn't have to be when I call out, but yeah, basically, gonna answer these. If I didn't get to your question, this go round, it probably just means I'm saving it for the next one, because I grabbed about 20. I feel like 20 is a good number, so we're gonna do 20 of these, and then next time we'll do another 20. Okay? Okay. First question. What's it like being birthed into the world in full armor? Uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for everybody involved. Zeus, I thought, was gonna try to kill me afterwards. It was a lot. For those who don't know, I was birthed into the world by jumping through Zeus's skull after the other gods kind of chopped Zeus's head open because Zeus was having such a headache that she knew something was going on in there, so she just kind of hopped out. Yeah, so where's the link to submit questions? It's just it's on Twitter. Hang on. I won't be taking any more questions. We already have enough. But if you do want to ask a question for the next one, it's on Twitter. You just gotta scroll for it. I'm not like posting anywhere because I don't want to get bombarded. Not that people will ask me like a shit ton of questions, but you never know. Like somebody could be a knob and ask something stupid. But yeah, that's why I try to kind of keep it a little subtle. But yeah, it was being birthed into the world in full armor was a little bit uncomfortable, but you know what? We all may do. Again, I thought Zuzu was going to try to kill me, but she didn't. Thank you. And so now I'm here to answer all your questions as the God of Wisdom. Yes. Next up. When I get depressed, or why is it when I get depressed, so depressed that I give up on things, that I feel, or that I end up feeling super determined the next day? And those negative thoughts just disappear? This is a good question. So the reason why is because I don't know. I don't know everything. Mortals are a little bit odd. But what I will say is it is okay to be depressed. Being depressed is totally normal. That is a-okay. The reason why you're probably super determined the next day is because you've confronted those feelings. And so now you're kind of replacing that negativity with positivity, so it makes you really like passionate the following day. And so it could just be that you're having a day, you know? You're having a day and you feel better. It could be guilt, like it could be guilty from feeling bad the previous day, but what I will say is don't feel bad. You know, you shouldn't feel guilty for being depressed. Being depressed is a perfectly natural thing. Don't feel bad about that at all. Shit happens, you know? So I think it might just be that you had so much negativity built up that the next day there's no more negativity. Just because, you know, it comes and goes, it goes away. It's just I know it sounds weird for those negative thoughts to just disappear, but that is kind of how it is. Sometimes you just confront it, it's gone, and then the next day you're just left with so much positivity that you just don't know what to do with it. So yeah, I don't really have a good answer for you, unfortunately. What I will say is just my biggest thing is stop. If you think it's guilt that's causing you to be super determined the next day, if you're not happy feeling super determined the next day, if you're only doing it out of guilt, stop that. Stop that immediately. There is nothing wrong with feeling guilty. Not only is it Pride Month, it is also Men's Mental Health Month. But what I will say is that mental health knows no gender. So regardless, take care of that mental health. You know, it is something that we neglect too often. Men in particular have a tendency to neglect their mental health. So what I'm saying is open up. Don't be afraid to talk. It's okay to talk, you know, preferably to like an authority figure, you know, like somebody in your life who you can trust. Maybe not the VTuber man. Maybe not PALLAS Athena, the VTuber guy. Maybe to like a psychiatrist or a friend or a parent or a teacher or something like that. Just somebody you can talk to in your life. Your boss, somebody, you know, like just somebody you can talk to, you know. What is a song you've had on repeat recently? I have had two songs on a loop recently. They are End of a Life by Mori Calliope. Calliope Mori by Mori Cantaloupe. End of a Life. And I've had Die With a Smile on a loop. Those two songs have been on a loop for me recently. I love Bruno Mars. Right? Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga! Lady Gaga! Of course, as a member of the Rainbow, I'm a big Lady Gaga fan. But Bruno, I love Bruno Mars. I think it's weird because he is rated correctly, and yet at the same time, I feel as though he is somehow underrated. I feel like people won't realize how good Bruno actually is until like he has decided to retire. Because he is unreal. Like, it is freakish how good he is. And Mori is just like, you know, it's Mori. It's like Mori is like queen of the VTubers as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I don't feel like I need to elaborate on that. End of a Life is such a banger track. And yeah, I've been listening to those two on a loop recently. It's kind of just like so it's been, yeah, just pretty much nonstop. It's been those two songs most recently. And then what's the, it's there's another track I've been listening to. What is it called? Hang on. Let me grab my phone. There is another song I've been listening to a lot recently. Let me look it up. K-pop related? No, I don't really listen to K-pop. Nothing wrong with K-pop, I just don't listen often. I'm looking through my list and now I don't see it. Shit. YouTube Music, why are you like this? Hang on, let me, I can find it, give me a second. It'll probably be in here. I'm just like mind blanking on it. It's a ska song. I like ska music, but I feel like I'm the only one who does. I can't find it. That's so weird. Maybe recently played songs. Maybe it'll be in here somewhere. A lot of anime music lately. Like Myth and Roid. Oh, I love Myth and Roid. Where the fuck? Ah, here it is. The Science of Selling Yourself Short. By Less Than Jake. Yeah. I've come to my senseless, that I've become senseless, and I could give you lessons how to ruin your friendships and every last conviction. Yeah, I smoked them all away, and I drank my frustrations down the drain and out the way. So I sit and wait and wonder, does anyone else feel like me? Yeah, like, fucking, yeah. Science of Selling Yourself Short by Less Than Jake. Less Than Jake is great. I'm a big ska music guy. I blame the Digimon movie. Was it that Party on You song? No, Party on You, Party on You, Party on You, Party on You. No, but that was on a loop for me recently. But yeah, no. That's because Charlie XCX is super good. Anyway. In your next life, you are to be a fish. What kind of fish would you want to be? There is a very simple answer to this. I would like to be... There is a very simple answer that we all know. I'm pausing for dramatic effect. The answer is, of course... Why, Dio, indeed. Cloudy, thank you for the super. Athena sounds extra cool tonight. Thank you. I try. The answer of what kind of fish I would like to be is, of course, I want to be a very well cared for goldfish, or a betta fish. Very well cared for fish in a nice tank. I want to be a tropical fish in a nice, like, aquarium that people visit frequently, so I could people watch. You know, a very well cared for tropical fish. Yes, that's what I want to be. Very well cared for tropical fish in a very well taken care of aquarium. Yeah, that's my answer. That's the correct answer. No, not banana fish. Banana fish. I want to take better care of my body and health, but I'm struggling with the motivation to start/be consistent. Any suggestions would be appreciated, but all good if not. Thank you, Athena. Well, let me tell you, I have lately been off my game as of recent. I have been not taking very good care of my body. I'm still in decent shape, but I can tell that like my muscle mass is leaving. Like I can feel it, and I can see it like visibly that I'm just kind of like losing muscle, like losing definition, and I am trying to get back into it, but I do struggle quite a bit with motivation to sort of remain consistent. You can feel it, or in this case, you are feeling less of it. That's exactly it. Yeah, I'm feeling less of my muscle. Oof, pardon me. But yeah, no, I will say, like, it's one of those things where I struggle to stay on top of it. So when it comes to how I kind of combat that and how I force myself to do it, is I try to not set goals where like I'm gonna wake up and work out right away, because if you try to wake up and work out, you're probably not gonna do it. At least that's if you're anything like me, you will not do that, because if you work out immediately when you wake up, you're not gonna want to do it. You're gonna half-ass it, and you're gonna just try to get finished with it so you can have your morning coffee. You know, you're not gonna pay attention. Right? You're not going to do a good job. You're not going to have good form. You're not going to do any of that. Right? So when it comes to taking care of your body in terms of like physically working out and like keeping the routine, just make it part of your routine, but don't do it at a time that you know is inconvenient. Right? You have to have, like, in order for you to have a strong body and health, you also need to have a pretty solid schedule. You have to be able to know when you are available to actually do these things, right? So that is a big thing for me, is I always try to work out either after stream or before stream, where I know I'll have like a little bit of a time buffer where there's not much going on. I know that I can get a workout in. When it comes to health, all you really need to do, and this sounds easier this is easier said than done, you basically just, right when you walk into most grocery stores, the first thing you're gonna see is like the produce section. Just stay in the produce section. I know how much, like, because if you're anything like me, you're gonna want to hit the frozen food section, and I fucking know. Okay, I get it. Right? I understand. I know how difficult it is. Buy yourself like something sweet, like a nice treat for yourself. Buy yourself some like pizza pockets. Get yourself some Jamaican patties, you know, like something frozen that you know you're gonna like, right? Something, right? But don't overdo it. Like buy yourself a little treat here and there, but make sure that you're buying stuff that you know that you can like turn into a smoothie. Smoothies are an easy way to get a bunch of like stuff that you maybe don't want to necessarily eat into your system, right? Like for me, pretty basic smoothie that I make, you just throw in some Greek yogurt, because of course, right? Throw in some Greek yogurt, some spinach, some fruit, right? And you just blend that shit, right? A banana in there for some thickness, right? You blend it. There you go. Pretty easy breakfast. Fruit and veggies. You're pretty much good to go. It's easier said than done. It's easy for me to say like, just put some fucking fruit and vegetables in a blender and drink it, right? Like. That is kind of what it is. It's just getting yourself motivated to do it. What I would do is, and this is gonna sound so silly, but have a playlist that is purely there to hype you up, and just force yourself to put it on. And you're gonna start to like connect those songs with being motivated, right? Like you're gonna have like give yourself like little mental clues that like, okay, it's time to work, right? For me, I move my desk to a standing position when it's time to work, right? I don't stay in the standing position the whole time, but when I know my brain sees the desk move up, that means, okay, time to wake up, time to get to work, right? When I put on a bunch of Tekken 8 and Tekken 7 tracks, my body knows, okay, it's time to whoop some ass, right? Like there's like little clues, like visual and audio clues to get yourself motivated. That's my advice. That's my wisdom. That's my wisdom for you. And I hope that it works out. I know it's difficult, but I believe in you. You can do this. I have faith. God of wisdom, how is the best way to kiss you? First of all, don't. First of all, don't do that. But I will say, if I don't know you personally, if I haven't made it very clear that we are friends personally, do not do that. Don't kiss me, right? I will be very confused, and I will probably shove you into next week. I don't like anybody touching me if I don't know you or I haven't made it very clear that I want you to do that. If I don't say the words kiss me, don't kiss me, right? Like, consent is very sexy, right? So to me, if I don't say I know people are like, but that's not hot. That's not hot. I don't give a fuck if it's not hot or not. Don't fucking kiss me if I don't tell you, right? Like, that's how I do it. Platonic digital hugs. Platonic digital hugs. We love platonic digital hugs. But yeah, kissing is very, like, intimate to me, so I don't, that's not something I hand out frequently, you know? Only kiss the homies, not complete strangers. It's not that you BBs are complete strangers, right? Inherently, there is a parasocial relationship between us, right? Like, that is inherent, right? I saw MatPat talk about this, how, like, parasocial relationships aren't inherently bad. You will have them with a creator. It's just how it is. There is a built-in parasocial relationship between creator and viewer. That just happens, right? Like, MatPat gave an example of, like, if Jenna Marbles and Beyonce are in the same room, everyone in the room will run to Jenna Marbles to talk about how crazy it is that Beyonce's in the room. It's sort of the, like, best friend mentality, right? Where, like, a lot of people view their content creators subconsciously, maybe not even consciously, but subconsciously, as, like, there's a connection between the two of us. And there is, but you got to keep in mind that the connection is very much parasocial, so it's not actually there, right? Like, think of it like the paranormal. It is a ghost of a relationship between the two of us. Because it's a parasocial relationship, do not fucking walk up to me at a con and kiss me. I will backhand you. Like, do not do that shit. Right? But I don't really have a best way. Like if it's like the homies, I don't know. I do love a good makeout session. I will say, okay, when it comes to making out with somebody, and this is my, I guess, advice, this is my wisdom, is I don't know how one would practice this. I was gonna say practice, but I don't know how one would practice this in particular. The tongue is make or break, right? Is like how the tongue moves is gonna be make or break. If your tongue don't move, it's gonna be like making out with a fish, right? It's not gonna be pleasant for the other person. But you also can't just fucking shove. You can't just shove your tongue down somebody's throat, you know? Like, you can't do that either. So it's be gentle with the tongue. The tongue is a gentle part of the body. So be gentle with the tongue, right? Little like I can't explain. If you can hear my hands, like little gentles, you know. Be gentle with the tongue. Like, use the tongue, but be gentle with the tongue. Don't be shy, but don't be forceful. You want to, yeah, exactly. You gotta find that perfect in between, right? Because I've had people that are awful, like legitimately terrible to make out with. I've had people who are wonderful to make out with, right? It totally depends. This conversation, man. Listen, like, you practice on a peach. Do not practice on a peach. You practice on a fucking person, right? Like, just ask somebody, like, hey, this is gonna sound super random, but an anime man on the internet told me I should practice making out. Do you want to practice making out with me? I'm not gonna lie, actually, that kind of has riz to it. Depending on how you ask, you might kind of riz somebody up, depending on how you ask. Hey, an anime man on the internet told me I need to practice making out with people. You, want to practice with me? Like, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, I'd blush. Yeah, you gotta be very, like, coy about it, right? Basically what I'm trying to say. Damn, yeah, you just gotta be, you gotta be brave, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser, you gotta be cool, you gotta be smart, you gotta be stronger, you gotta stay cool, you gotta stay calm, you gotta stay together. And all I know is love will find a way. Like 2 people in the chat got that reference. You gotta be cool, you gotta be... Okay, stop it, Athy, focus. So no tentacle tongues. No Yarichin bitch club tongues, okay? No Yarichin bitch club tongues. None of that shit. None of that weird, gross tongue shit. Right? You gotta be gentle. You gotta be gentle. I'm trying to think, like this free dojin I read recently. You gotta be... Shouldn't have said that out loud. But, you know, look, you gotta be gentle with it, okay? I was reading a lot of dojin the other day. Look, you just gotta be gentle with it, okay? That's all I can explain. Like, it's just, you gotta be gentle with the tongue. And that's how I prefer it. I don't like somebody shoving their tongue down my throat. I don't like somebody not moving their tongue at all, because at that point, what's the point? Right? It's got to be gentles, right? That is the best way. Kiss the god of wisdom. But remember, if I don't know you, don't do that, right? Remember, we have a parasocial... Say it with me. We have a parasocial relationship, and that's okay. It is okay for us to have a parasocial relationship as long as we respect each other's boundaries. I'm burping right now, I apologize. And my boundary is, if you see me at a con, just ask. If you want to give me a hug, that's fine. Just ask first, right? Just ask, hey, can I give you a hug? Absolutely, I'm not going to say no, right? But just ask, right? Don't put your lips near my lips. I don't know you like that, right? And you are allowed to ask me about BL whenever, right? Those are our rules together, right? You're allowed to ask these kinds of questions, because I love to answer these kinds of questions, especially from an ace point of view, right? Because this pretty much begins and ends my intimacy, right? Like, well, that's not true. There are other ways to be intimate that are not, like, banging, you know? There's other ways, other intimacy. As an example, I would absolutely chain some of you up. What did he say? That's right, I would. I'm a dominant ace. I will do that, right? Am I gonna do anything to you? Probably not. But I would. But I would, you know? Can I get my liver eaten too? Yeah, hell yeah. There's other ways to be intimate without it necessarily being sexual. I just don't like being touched personally, right? Hell of a time to come in, EP. Yeah, EP, you came in at a crazy time. But yeah, there's other ways to be intimate. Doesn't necessarily have to be that, right? Like, to me, I think a really intimate thing for me, like, to jokes aside, getting away from chaining everybody up, very intimate thing to me is it's hard to explain, is there's this thing that I do where if I'm next to somebody, I'll kind of like just like if I'm cuddling with someone, I'll just kind of either squeeze or gently kind of like run my fingers down their arm, just to let them know that I'm still there, you know? Because sometimes I feel like I'll be cuddling with somebody and they'll fall asleep, and I'm like, damn, you know, I'm that boring. You know, I'm either that comforting or I'm that boring, right? But like, cuddling's very intimate, right? Watching the stars is very intimate. I find going to the museum is very intimate, you know? Like, so there's other ways to be intimate that's not inherently sexual. Making out is sexual. Bodies moving together, making out, you know? I call that tracing. I find it relaxing. Yeah, okay, you do that too. Okay, yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I do that too. Bodies rubbing up against each other, a little bit of making out. That's fun. I get that. That I understand. Once hands start traveling, though, that's where I start to get angry. But beyond that, good time. But yeah, the best way to kiss, there you go. Great Athena, how do you find meaning in life? Well, anonymous BB, that is a difficult question. I'll be honest with you, BBs. I'm feeling quite lost myself these days. And it's okay. I will say, instead of searching for meaning, you have to find peace in being lost. That's my grand advice. Don't search for meaning in life. The meaning will find you. What you need to do is be okay in being lost. Enjoy the process, you know, like let yourself feel lost, because Andrew Garfield said that when his mother had passed, he was grief-stricken, but he would never give up that grief because it's all the unspoken love that was left, right, when his mother passed. And that is very accurate. Right? It's okay to feel like sad. It's okay to feel negative emotions, because negative emotions, personally speaking, I think most people consider like sadness or frustration a negative, or like melancholy negative emotions, when really I think those are just emotions, right? It's how you present and how that emotion comes out of you that can be negative, right? But I think it's okay to feel that way. Right? Like, so I think you should just embrace feeling lost sometimes. I feel lost right now, and you know what? I'm just embracing the liminal. You know, like I embrace the liminal. I accept that this is where I am right now. You got to catch the vibe that not all those who wander are lost. Exactly, Cloud. Yeah. Not all who wander are lost, right? Like Tolkien said it best, you know? So, not all those who wonder or wander are lost. Yeah, it's definitely it's okay to just be in limbo. The way I've been feeling is I feel like I'm in a very long hallway. That's the best way I can describe it. Is like it's a very liminal feeling, right? Like floating in a pool that doesn't seem to end, or walking down a very long hallway with doors that seem to lead nowhere. Like, you know, those aren't your doors. Your door is way at the other end of the hallway, and it feels like you've just been walking forever, right? Like, that feeling, that's kind of where I'm at right now. This sort of like, I'm just in a long hallway, taking breaks, walking, just trying to do my best to get to the other end of the hallway. And, or like in an elevator that seems to be going nowhere, right? And that's okay. Because meaning finds you. You don't find meaning, right? I think it's one of those things where just do what makes you happy, right? Like if you're like, I'm the type of person where I like to play Fortnite. Okay, just play some Fortnite for a little while. Don't search for it. It'll come to you, you know? It's the same thing with like love. Don't search for love. Love happens. You don't search for it, right? It's part of the reason why I find apps like Tinder kind of annoying, right? Like just don't search for it. Just let it kind of happen to you, you know? Even people on Tinder, they're not really looking for a relationship now, are they? Right? But you never know, right? Sometimes they might be going for what they think is not exactly is a hookup, and then they find out that they really like the person. You know, this is what I mean. Where like it's love and meaning are ultimately the same thing. Your love might be your meaning. You know, so it's one of those things. Don't look for it. That's my wisdom. Don't look for it. Just be you, and let it happen to you over time. You'll find your meaning, big or small, and it doesn't matter if it's big or small. You know, it's yours. That's the important thing. So that's my wisdom. Yeah, you guys thought this was all gonna be dumb jokes, didn't you? You didn't think I was actually gonna drop some fucking wisdom on you now, did you? Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. You expected it? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was like, I thought most of you guys were like, damn, I didn't know he was that wise. I wasn't expecting the makeout lesson, that's for... Yeah, the making out lesson was probably a surprise. Oh, hang on, let me pull this up again. I just want to check something real quick. There we go. Yeah, the making out lesson was probably a surprise. Yeah. Let's move on! This one's a bit long, but that's okay. BBs, you are allowed to ask me whatever. Okay, here we go. O mighty Pallas Athena, first of his name, god of wisdom, strategic warfare, and handicraft, the most handsomest in all of Mythos, thank you. I beseech you, and seek your wisdom. Recently, I have developed feelings for a friend. Oh no. Let's call her D. D's nuts? Let's call her D. However, I have a mutual friend with this friend who has been pining for D for a while now. See. I would feel guilty pursuing D, knowing my friend also likes her. But at the same time, I know it's not fair to myself to ignore my feelings. So, what is the best course of action here? Well, BB, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, babes. This is a tough one. Okay, here's my advice. Here's my wisdom. And you're not gonna like it, but this is the wisdom. Pursuing the D. They feel a little guilty pursuing the D, but, you know, it must be done. Now, listen. Babes, can I call you babes? I'm gonna call you babes. Babes, you're not gonna want to hear this, but this is the truth. This is the wisdom. You need to talk to your friend. You're not gonna want to hear it. They're not gonna want to hear it. And you're gonna be mad at each other for a minute. There's gonna be some hurt feelings. But you need to talk to your friend. You need to tell your friend, like, hey, I am not telling you this because I am saying that I'm trying to hurt you. I just need you to know that this is how I'm feeling. Because I don't want to lie to you. Because friends don't lie to each other. Right? So you just tell your friend, hey, I know that you're interested in D. I wish you picked a better letter. I know you're interested in D. I'm calling her Denise, okay? Her name is Denise. I know you're interested in Denise. I'm also interested in Denise. And the reason why I'm telling you is because I don't want to lie to you. And I don't want this to somehow come out later. And then you and your friend need to have a conversation about, like, maybe either talking to Denise, talking to D's nuts, or if you're gonna talk to D's, or if you're both gonna pursue D's, and it's a sort of like may the best man win type thing, you know? Or ladies, I don't know. Maybe this is a sapphic romance, and I have no idea. There's no gender revealed here, you know? Whatever, they, thems, whatever, you know, like whatever genders y'all may happen to be, you know, like just may the best win. Although the other thing you got to keep in mind is that she's not a fucking prize, right? Like she's not a prize, so don't treat her like that. But just whoever manages to wifey up D, if you wifey up D's, right, D's nuts, then leave it alone, right? Don't be upset at, like, if your friend gets together with D's and you don't be upset, right? You have to just recognize that this is a shit situation. It sucks. She sounds very charming if she managed to win you both over. But it's just one of those things where you have to be very delicate with the situation and know that feelings are gonna get hurt. But like I said earlier, sometimes, you know, those feelings just means it's okay to feel that because it just means that you're still human, you know? It's okay to feel upset and sad, but don't be mad at your friend. Don't be mad at D's nuts. Just be okay with what it is. I finally got rid of my boss and can concentrate on stream. Happy weekend. Hey, let's go, Cloudy. Yeah, that's my advice. You have to have a conversation with your friend and talk about how to handle this in a way that your friendship is not hurt, but also that you can both maybe try to pursue D's nuts, or one of you pursues D's nuts and the other one just kind of deals. It's however you guys want to handle it, right? But you need to talk to your friend. You need to be open and communicative with your friend, right? That's the best course of action is to talk, right? As the doctor once said, like, you're gonna have to do what you were always gonna have to do from the very beginning, and that is sit down and talk. At the end of the day, it's always gonna come down to sit down and talk. Yeah. And Cloudy, thank you again for the super. I don't know if I said thank you. I just realized I was like, did I say thank you for the super? I'm saying thank you for the super now, just to be safe. Next question. All right. Hello, sir. What does one do to get the god of wisdom to fluster? Can you tell us a time when someone made your heart skip a beat? Can be 2D or 3D, does not matter. Taking notes if I ever see you at a meet and greet. Wow. Wow, BB is so forward. What does it got? I don't know. It's tough because most meet and greets, I'm usually there virtually, so I don't think there's much you could say that would like fluster me necessarily. Because I've kind of heard everything. I've been around a very long time, so it's kind of hard to make me flustered. I think the last time somebody made me flustered was Betty. Was Betty in Date Everything was probably the last time somebody like got my heart to skip a beat and got me all flustered. I mean, but I think Betty made the whole chat get flustered, to be fair. But yeah, it's, I don't know. What gets me flustered? I don't know. A Kabedon. Kabedons get me real flustered. Like, when people get close, one of two things happens. I'm either flustered or I'm really uncomfortable. And I know sometimes it'd be difficult to tell, so I don't necessarily blame the person who's doing it, because I just didn't firmly enough establish the rule, I guess. If it's like somebody that I'm close with and they get really close, like if like it's somebody that I'm already like very tight with, if they Kabedon me, then yeah, I will get flustered. Kabedon will get me flustered for sure. Now obviously you can't do that at a meet and greet, so unfortunately, I don't have a very good answer for this one. But yeah, I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts with you all night long. If somebody, I think Kabedon to Riz up Athie. Okay, gotcha. Betty was something else. Yeah, that's true. Cloudy, you're so welcome. Betty is too powerful. Betty is very powerful. I think to get me to skip a beat. Oh wait, I do know one. Okay, I do know one. It's okay. This is very specific. It's either a really okay. Okay, this is I'm about to really kind of out myself here. Do you know? And this might just be the ace side of me talking. Do you know what's incredibly hot in a person? A really nice voice, like a really good voice, right? Like a nice voice will make me melt, right? If you can hit it like arara, right? If you can hit an arara or a arara, an arara. If you can hit an arara or a yare does it, right? Arara, yare does it, right? I will melt on the spot. That's what you could do at a meeting. Don't fucking do that though, because I will be like, you watch my stream and now I'm mad at you. Like, you know, Mayoshi just like me for real, for real. No, I'm telling you, it's something about a voice. A voice can make me melt. That's why I think VTubers get me every time. VTubers, every VTuber has a great voice and it just makes me melt. So yeah, like the Miku song. So I'd say a nice voice can make me flustered. And yeah, the last time somebody actually made me flustered was Betty from Date Everything, because I'm gonna be honest with you, BBs. I will melt, but it's not gonna go much past that. 9 times out of 10, most people IRL, like most 3D people, do not actually work on me. Not really my thing. But you know, you could try. You know, you could certainly try. VTubers with I don't know how to say that. Are too powerful. They need to be nerfed. I don't care. Yes, that includes you, Athena. Oh, well, thank you. Here we go. Is it bad for anime crushes I like? Is it bad that for anime crushes I like, I prefer the biggest and gentlest men, like Jinbei, Fat Gum, or Gyome? I don't know who Gyome is. I just imagine myself safe in their arms. I don't know who Gyome is. Is that from Demon Slayer? I think that's from Demon Slayer. I think. I don't know. Maybe that was after me. Maybe that was after I stopped watching. It is from Demon Slayer. Okay, the big guy from Demon Slayer, yeah. Like the monk guy. I'm assuming that's the right bird. Like the guy who cries a lot. Is it that guy? He has like man tears. The crying monk. Yeah, he cries man tears. Yeah, Gyome. Okay. No, not at all. So it is not bad to prefer that. I think the reason why you prefer that is because it's something that real men have a very difficult time doing. Being big but gentle is very difficult. There's a reason why Noel is one of like the best people in like the fitness space right now. If you don't know Noel, he is like a giant of a man, but he's so incredibly sweet and funny and kind. And Noel is basically real life like Jinbei. He's just real life Gyome. Like he's just a big fucking guy, but he's really sweet and very gentle. And I think this is a problem with a lot of young men tend to not like who are big tend to be like, I'm big and macho, yeah, macho man Randy Savage, yeah, right? When it's like, no, be like Jinbei, you know, be like Fat Gum or Gyome. The reason why you like Jinbei, Fat Gum, and Gyome is because they're big fucking dudes and the reason why they make you feel safe is because you'll notice these dudes are emotionally intelligent. You know, these dudes are not afraid of their feelings, right? Fat Gum be screaming all the time. That boy loud when shit goes wrong, you know? Gyome, in touch with his feelings, cries a lot. Jinbei, he's like the papa, you know, he's like the granddad of the group, right? He's a good dude, right? So when it comes to these guys, it's emotional intelligence. There's a reason why I tell people like that the best depiction of masculinity is actually found in Lord of the Rings, and it's found in two places. The best depiction of masculinity I have seen is in Lord of the Rings and Kirishima from My Hero Academia. And people get confused when I say that. I will explain. Kirishima is like, you know, he's tough boy, he's big tough guy, you know, he's tough boy, right? I love Kirishima, right? He's my guy, right? I love Kirishima. He's a big tough guy. He's all about being macho. But his macho-ness does not come at the expense of his humanity, nor does it come at the expense of showing emotion. Kirishima will cry if a situation moves him to tears, right? In Lord of the Rings, Aragorn and everybody will cry if a situation moves them to tears. It is okay to cry, because you're letting everybody know, hey, this situation makes me sad, and I'm allowed to show emotions. Nobody in Lord of the Rings is like, man, what a wimp. I can't believe Aragorn just cried because Boromir died. What a loser, you know, like nobody's gonna make fun of Aragorn for crying. That's his boy. He's sad his boy died. He cries, gives him the kiss on the forehead. That's the other thing too. Real men are not afraid to show intimacy between each other. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Aragorn and Boromir are not a ship. I don't ship it, right? That's just two brothers, basically, right? If you ship it, cool, no worries. But to me, it's like men do not have to fear being, or should not rather, fear being intimate with other men in ways that, because like, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, this is gay. I don't want to be gay, right? Like, don't be afraid. It's okay. Men, as the great Robin Williams said, don't be afraid. Men can touch men. You know, don't be afraid. Men can touch men. It's okay, right? Like, don't be worried. Don't be scared. And Jinbei, Fat Gum, and Gyome all are great depictions of what I was talking about with Lord of the Rings and Kirishima. They all are not afraid to show their emotion. They're big dudes, right? They got that masculine energy, right? Especially when Fat Gum fucking powers up and he's like super ripped and jacked, right? Like, they're like big, muscular, masculine dudes, right? But at the same time, they just give big fucking nice hugs and they're in touch with their emotions. This is like what folks should strive for. IMHO. Kirishima, the red golden retriever, an emotionally mature man. That is 100% who Kirishima is, and we stand that boy for it. A lot of, like, it is something I'm noticing lately with, like, modern shonen that, like, they're allowing, like, the masculine characters to feel emotion, and, like, sometimes it's played for laughs, like Todo in Jujutsu Kaisen. But at the same time, like that, there's a line in Jujutsu Kaisen I love, and it makes me go, like, Todo's that fucking dude, man. Where Todo is like, what is your type? Like, what do you find attractive in a woman? I forget what it is, like, something like that. Like, or you could say a dude, I don't care. Right? Like, when he's, like, ready to square up, right? Like, you could say a guy, that's fine, I don't care. Right? Like, that is, I'm like, that's some positive masculinity right there, you know? Like, that's some good shit, you know? Like, I've been noticing that more frequently in modern manga, where it's like they're still badass and cool, like, Todo would still whoop your ass, but he's also like, but you can bang a dude, that's fine. You know, he's like, but you love who you love, that's fine. You know, like, I've been noticing that lately, and I like the more modern depiction of because people, like, interpret, like, characters like Jinbei, Fat Gum, and Gyomei to be like, oh, like, but they're so masculine, but they're nice. Yes, because masculinity is not inherently toxic, right? There is such a thing as toxic masculinity, for sure, but masculinity in and of itself is not toxic, right? It can be very much a good thing. Gyomei, Fat Gum, and Jinbei are all very masculine, but the reason why you feel safe around them is because it's positive masculinity, not toxic. There's your wisdom. There's your wisdom. Wisdom from the boy. Next question. Halfway through. Alrighty, let's have a quick stretch. Quick stretch, because this one's gonna test us a little bit. Quick stretch. I like the main guy from Konosuba. He's always screaming, but really? The main guy from Konosuba, he's always screaming, but he was there for them, which when she's practicing explosion magic, I mean, I guess. I'm just surprised. I'm not laughing because I disagree. I'm just surprised. Big stretch. Interesting question. Very interesting question. Okay. Should I get anxious when there is a VTuber scandal or drama? Sometimes I feel pressured to choose a side before I even know what's going on. Or should I just not let it affect me? Okay. This is definitely coming from a VTuber fan. From one VTuber fan to another. Pardon me. It can affect you. Option 2, just vibe out. That's what I was gonna say. It's okay to let it bother you. I'm thinking in particular, I don't want to dip my toe too far into things, but I'll say the thing that I'm thinking of when I see this is the Cinder situation. Because that sucks, and that was really disappointing. And it's one of those things where when these things happen in the community, when stuff comes out about somebody who you thought was really cool, it is okay to be sad. Don't immediately pick a side. Wait and assess. Because that is something about the modern internet where, like, it's this need to very immediately jump on a situation. I will say that, like, if your content revolves around it, it's a little bit different because, like, then I have some understanding of, like, well, like, you have to do one of those videos where it's like, well, I have to talk about this because it's, like, I get it. Again, I don't necessarily love that type of content, but I get it, right? Like, I understand where it's like, here's what we know so far. We'll come back to this later, right? Like, I understand that. I don't love it, but I get it, and yeah, like, no hate in that regard. It's one of those, like, I get it, it sucks, but it's kind of like the nature of the beast. Somebody has to do it. I get it. What I would say in these situations is to just let the community kind of freak out, right? You can read it if you can handle it. If you can't, log off. There's nothing wrong with logging off, right? Just go outside, buy a hammock. That's my biggest wisdom. Buy a hammock, sit in the hammock and just chill. Don't feel pressure to take a side, right? Because I know you say, like, sometimes I feel pressure to take a side before I even know what's going on. Don't immediately take a side, and preferably don't take sides at all. Because here's the thing. The world is not black and white. There's always going to be situations where somebody's kind of a dick, somebody else is kind of a dick. Maybe they were both dicks. I don't want to say names, but there's a situation that happened recently with people who I thought were really cool. Both sides acted in ways that I thought was incredibly inappropriate. And it kind of changed. Like, to me, I didn't pick a side, and I'm glad I didn't, because both sides ended up looking very immature. And it's one of those things where I don't hate them. It's not like I didn't unfollow them. I'm not pissed. It's just one of those, like, man, that was really immature. I wish that didn't happen. That's how I feel a lot of the time. There's a lot of times where I'm like, man, that was really unprofessional, or man, that was really immature, you know? And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel like you're disappointed in Yoshi. It's okay to feel disappointed in whatever, you know? Like, it's okay to be disappointed, right? It's okay to be disappointed with other people, with whatever, right? Like, the reaction, what happened, that's fine. What's not okay is to start throwing insults either way. Don't do that, because there's a real human being on the other end. Even in a situation like Cinder, right? Like, it's not okay for people to send nasty comments, right? Like, what Cinder did is really fucking not cool and inappropriate and not okay. But at the end of the day, maybe it's just me being too kind, but there is another person on the other end of that. It is inappropriate. You shouldn't do that, right? So don't take sides. Don't engage in the mob mentality of it. Just look at it, understand it. If you want to keep supporting Yoshi, whether they did something wrong or they didn't, that's up to you. I'm not necessarily saying let it affect you, but, like, be okay with that emotion and kind of process it, and then you can move forward. I'm going to read chat, because I noticed this conversation got chat bumping, so I'm going to read this real quick. Natural to feel sad or anxious. Best thing to do is to remember that you don't know much of anything. Only a small percentage of what you're told, what you're given. Be sad for the people affected, but it's all going to be okay. That's really well said, Holly. How should you pick a side if you don't really know what's going on? Exactly, Cloudy. Like, it doesn't make sense to pick a side when you don't... As Holly said, you never know the full scope from the outside looking in, so there's no point in picking a side, right? Important for everyone to remember, you are not required to have a take. You can process things on your own speed or step away if that's what you need. Yeah, you don't... Yeah, like, exactly. You don't need to have a take. You know, it's not required for you to have a take. Maybe do some quick research just so you're informed, but otherwise just wait things out. It's not on you. You don't have to worry. Exactly. It's okay to just kind of not have a take. I feel like the modern internet, and especially a specific site that used to be a bird, has made it so that everybody has to have a take on everything. You don't. You really, really don't. You don't have to have a take on everything. I have a lot of opinions. Like, I think Zack Snyder fans are really weird, and I don't like them very much, right? I don't like the way Zack Snyder fans behave, right? And I did make a tweet about it relatively recently. I deleted the tweet because I realized, hey, I don't have to have a take on this. I don't talk about Superman a whole lot. He's my favorite superhero. I don't know if you guys know that. Superman is my favorite. Like, Clark is my favorite superhero. But, I don't have to have a take on every single thing. So I deleted it. Because I don't feel it's important to have a take. It's also okay to recognize when he said something inappropriate. Like, I've said shit that I'm like, I don't like that, and I'll delete it. Because it just feels mean-spirited. Right? Like, it's okay to just recognize, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, and then delete it. Right? Like, everything, like, once something's on the internet, it's there forever. But you can delete it for your own peace of mind. Sometimes people disagree and be awful, but good people aren't immune to bad things. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's like shutting up and not tweeting is very much an option, especially if you're not well informed. I'm a big proponent of, if I don't know something, I will make it very clear that I don't know something. I cannot stand people who speak with authority on subjects they do not know. Like, that is my biggest pet peeve. If I don't know something with 100% certainty, I will not speak on it, right? And if I don't know something with 100% certainty, I will make it clear that I don't. There's a lot of content creators I could think of who do like news-ish topics, right? Like, you know, people who talk about like The Flash, or people who talk about comic books and stuff like that. And if they're gonna talk about like stuff that's not in their wheelhouse, they will make it clear that they don't necessarily know with certainty that this is how it is. This is just them giving an opinion, and I really respect that. What's your take on PALLAS Athena fans? They're pretty cool. Quite like the BBs. I like them quite a bit. Because they spread misinformation, sometimes unintentional. Hear it from the source. Exactly, yeah. Always hear it from the source. From the source. Specifically, it's okay to retract something without feeling guilt about it or letting anyone else pressure you. There's a false perception that anything deleted is out of shame, and that's just dumb. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, like, it's okay to feel upset when you read something, but just know that, like, another big thing, and people aren't gonna want to hear this, but it's true. A lot of the VTubing community, from my perspective, is a lot of it is people who are, like, how do I say this nicely? It's a situation where there's a lot of people who really like having an OC. Like, a lot of the drama that I see reminds me a lot of like Tumblr drama, if that makes any sense. Right? Like, Tumblr and DeviantArt drama is very similar drama to what I see in the VTuber community. And I don't say that to be disparaging or discouraging. It's just similar energy. So you're gonna see it a lot. And just know, like, you might be like, oh man, it happens all the time. The VTubing community is very big, despite, like, also being very small by comparison to the rest of the streaming community. So just know, like, the drama is inherent to any community, and a community that's as, like, hyper fixated on original characters and art and stuff like that, like such a creative medium will inherently have very much a, like, powder keg type community where, like, inevitably somebody's going to say something and it's going to bother someone, right? Like, it's just be prepared for the fact that depending on what level of VTuber you're looking at, right? Like, what corner of the community you're viewing, there might be drama, but every corner of the community has drama. It just depends on how much, you know? We're not one big community. It's a part of 2 to 3 other big communities. Exactly, yeah. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, that's my take on it. That's my take on it. Also, stop being fucking angry, right? Like, just stop being angry. Like, is what it is. Like, if somebody has a take that you don't agree with, you don't have to be mad at them, right? I can think of a few people in particular that I know that some of you guys are not big fans of. Don't be mad at them. There's no reason to be mad. You don't know them personally, you know. You don't know what's going on. Just let them have their take, and you can move on. Don't be upset just because somebody has a take that you don't agree with. Just, if you don't agree with something, just block and move on. Not a big deal. Next question. O Pallas Athena, mighty god triumphant above us all, I beseech thee. I need to work out, but I have the attention span of a chicken nugget, and I'm bad at making routines. What a mood. What's a good lazy workout that I can do to help me ease into it? Maybe one that's friendly to Apollo-level bazongos, Clotho hooties, or Hades tatas. That's a crazy way to phrase it. Apollo-level bazongos, Clotho hooties, Hades tatas. Lazy workouts. Today I don't feel like doing anything. Lazy workout, lazy workout, lazy workout. I'm trying to think of workouts you could do from your desk. You could do dips. Hang on, let me see if I can. So my chair has wheels. I don't know if I can necessarily do dips. So let's see. You could do dips. So you just kind of put your hands on the end of your chair and kind of do dips. So you go down. You're not like touching your ass to the ground or anything, but you're kind of like lifting and lowering your hips up. But you're letting your arms do the dip, right? Just be careful if your chair is like mine and it has wheels. So yeah, you can do dips. Dips are good. Squats are good. I'm trying to think of stuff that doesn't affect the girls. You know? What doesn't affect the ladies? So, yeah, dips are good. Squats are good, right? You might have, the reason why I'm actually doing it is because I'm like looking at my chest and being like, would that kind of, like, I guess if you're doing squats and you got like, you know, Mythos girls level of bazongos, like I'm trying to think of maybe like the squats, it'll move, but it shouldn't move that much, right? So squats are good. Dips are good. Oh, I recently got, I don't know where I put, here it is. Yeah, I recently got a stress ball. But instead of a stress ball, they have, I forget what it's called. It's like, it's a little like hand exercisey thing. Those are helpful. I'd recommend those. I forget what it's called though. I can't think of the name right now. Like good for grip strength. Also just get some small weights and have them next to your desk, right? So I'm thinking like, they don't have to be heavy, maybe like 8-pound weights. Just have them next to your desk. So as you're watching something, just kind of like move the arms a little bit, you know? So you can do raises. So you like lift. So you can have like weight in each hand. You can just kind of like lift up, like so that your arms are kind of like making like a line, like you're making like a T, like you're asserting dominance. You're in T pose. Then you go back down. And then you go back up. And then you go back down, right? And then you can do curls with them. You can do curls. You can do like with just one. You can kind of do like overheads, where it's like you're kind of, so you're pulling, like it's almost like you're pulling it like a string up, but you're using the weight to do it. That's good too. Sitting cycles, yes, you could totally get like a sitting. Like if you have like a sitting cycle, those are good. You know what's good? If you have a standing desk, if you get one of those little small treadmills that can just walk, that's good because you're not running. So, you know, the girls ain't bouncing up in your face. You're not getting hit by your own tatas. You know, if you just do like a light walk at your standing desk, that's good, you know? That's my advice. Some of that will be expensive. It is what it is. Like, unfortunately, a lot of that will be expensive. That part I can't quite help you with. But, yeah, that's my advice. Mm-hmm. Okay. Moving on. Athy, if you emerged from Zeus's head after she ate your dad, does that make you an M-preg child? No. I was like, no. I don't believe so. As a fellow large chest haver, I do love my adjustable weights and walking pad. I was gonna say walking pads, adjustable weights. Like, girls, I'm feeling for you. I know how much that sucks. You know, like I will say, if it makes you feel any better, whether gender irrelevant, chests are great. We stand all size chests in this house, right? Can we get an amen? We stand all size chests in this house. Can we get an amen? Thank you. But yeah, I don't think that necessarily. To answer this question, I don't think that I necessarily... Can we get a gay men? Gay men. Amen or gay men, whatever you prefer. I don't believe this would technically make me an M-preg child, though. Pardon me. Hate having to deal with my chests, but chests are very, very good. I agree. I agree. Is it bad that my Greek mythology knowledge is limited? No, you don't have to. You don't have to know. Don't feel bad if you don't know. But no, I don't believe this makes me an M-preg child. I'm moving on. Next question. Athy, please do my math homework. 129 minus 11 plus 3 times 7 is 31. Next question. Also, actually, wait, let's go back to this one for a second. How did you do this? I just looked at it. God of wisdom. But I will say that wisdom does not equal intelligence. I am not the god of intelligence. I am the god of wisdom. Do not throw fucking math problems at me. That is an intelligence question. But the answer is 31. Please explain, oh, wise Athena? I mean, look at it. Oh, great wisdom. Oh, great god of wisdom. Please explain how my Kamiyoshis, or how many Kamiyoshis I can have parasocially. Can I divorce my Kamiyoshi? Or do I have to wait to get widowed to get a new one? How does it work? Okay, so when it comes to, for those who don't know, let's very quickly, I'm assuming, okay, show of hands, type 1 in the chat if you already know what this means, but just to be safe, 1's in the chat if you know what a Kamiyoshi is, 2 in the chat if you have no idea what that means. I'm going to safely assume, if you're watching me, probably already know what Kamiyoshi means. But, you know, just to be safe, maybe there's somebody in the chat who doesn't know. Okay, everybody kind of knows. Okay, so I don't have to explain. Everybody knows. Okay, so to clarify, Kamiyoshi just means your number one Oshi, the god of your other Oshis, like the god king of Oshis, right? Athy, the VTuber fan's VTuber. It is true. I am a fan of VTubers, and VTuber fans also seem to kind of flock together, so it is true. Or someone who doesn't dare to admit it. Okay, look, it's okay to not know what a Kamiyoshi is. A Kamiyoshi is just the Oshi that you... An Oshi just means, like, that's my Oshi, just means that's the VTuber that I like a lot. In VTubing terms, right? Because this is actually an idol term that kind of got carried over, because I don't care what... Here's my hottest take. I don't care how much you try to separate it. VTubing will always be inherently tied to idol culture. I know how much people don't want to hear that. I don't care. It is inherent. Sorry. Right? But, like, a lot of the term, that's always going to be tied. You don't have to behave or even like, you don't have to behave like an idol. You don't got to be anywhere near it. But, like, it is what it is. Like, VTubing is inherently tied to it. I know some people don't want to hear that, but it's true. You don't have to behave. You don't have to be an idol. You don't have to behave like one. You don't have to even like them, but you do got to respect the fact that idol culture did inherently have a very massive impact on VTubing culture, because these are idol terms. So, Oshi means that one's my favorite, basically. Like, an Oshi just means your favorite. Your Kami Oshi just means your favorite of your favorites, like the number one, right? The top of the list. So, how many Kami-Oshis can I have? This is the way that I do it in my head. I have a different Kami-Oshi for every company that I like, right? So, like, at Niji, right? Y'all know that I love Rosemi. I'd say my Kami-Oshi is probably Aya. Aya Mare is my Kami-Oshi. I also love Vox as well. But I'd say Aya Mare, Kami-Oshi from Niji. Mythos, Kami-Oshi is Zuzu. Zeus is my Kami-Oshi. And yeah, so on and so forth, right? Like, so different Oshis for different places, you know? Different Kami-Oshi for different places. And, Doppio's Theo-chan. So yeah, different Kami-Oshis for different places, I think is fine. I am already mentioned. I personally love Uki. Oh, Uki's the best. How could you not? I love Uki. I adore Uki. But Gold Bullet is my Hollow Stars Oshi. Lucian is my FSP Oshi. Great picks. Excellent choices. But when it comes to Kamiyoshi, right? Can I divorce my Kamiyoshi, or do I have to wait to get widowed to get a new one? In this context, I'm assuming you're asking if you have to make somebody not your Kamiyoshi anymore, or wait for them to graduate before you can nominate somebody else as your Kamiyoshi. No, you can change your mind. Rosemi was my Kamiyoshi way back when I first got into Niji. Right? Like when I was first watching Niji, Rosemi was my Kamiyoshi for a long time, and then Aya showed up and Aya became my Kamiyoshi. Right? Like your Kamiyoshi will change. It's okay to change. Doesn't mean you don't like the other person anymore. You still like them just the same amount. It's just you happen to like this other person just a little bit more. Right? But Kamiyoshi is your number one. It has to be your number one. And the way that I do it, the way that I can have multiple Kamiyoshis is just because they represent different corners of the VTubing space. And that's how that works, right? But yeah. I thought I had a lot of Kamiyoshis at first, then Zany pulled the rug from underneath me, and that was the start. Yeah, that'll do it. That man Zany. Let's see. VTubers change. You can change as a viewer. How much someone appeals to you will change with that. Yeah, 100%. That's well said. Personally, my commies are Fulgur and Claude. Those are good picks. It's weird. So I am like, there are some friends of mine, I won't say who, but if you've been around for long enough, you know, that there's a few friends of mine, two in particular, who I adore. I would take a bullet for them if I had to. However, I can never refer to them as my Kamiyoshi because they're the homies. As much as I do watch their streams, as much as I am a fan, that's where I draw the line. They cannot be my Kamiyoshi if I know them personally, right? Like, it's like you could be an Oshi of mine, but you can't be my Kamiyoshi. The only exception to that is Aya, because Aya breaks all the rules, right? Aya is a totally different story. Homie Oshi. Yeah, Fuchan and Scarla are my homie Oshis, right? I guess technically Aya is also a homie Oshi, but like at the same time, Aya is like the Kamiyoshi of Kamiyoshis. I adore Aya. Everybody knows that. So Aya breaks the rules. Aya is the only one who's allowed to break the rules. Someone I watch regularly at the start I haven't watched for months, though that's nothing on their part. It happens. You know, it happens sometimes. They could be your broshi. Oh my god, homie Oshi and broshi. My broshis and my homie my broshis and my homie broshis. Yep. So there's my homies, or there's my broshis, my bros who are also my Oshi, and then from my broshis are my number one, my homie broshi. Right? Fuchan would probably really long time. But yeah, you don't have to it's not a divorce. It's not messy. You just have a new Kamiyoshi. Shit just happens, you know? Yeah, you don't have to wait until somebody graduates. You could just change your Kamiyoshi. That's fine. It doesn't mean you dislike them. It doesn't mean you like them any less. It's fine. And also, I like that you note that how many Kamiyoshis can I have parasocially. You noted the fact that that this is parasocial and that's okay. Chat, say it with me. Being parasocial is natural and okay. What is important is to know boundaries. We need our own version of the I'm a bad guy and that's good. I will never be good and that's not bad. You know, we need our own version of that. We are parasocial and that is okay. You know, there's good parasocial and bad parasocial. Exactly. Yeah, there's parasocial is just inherent to content creation. This is not even VTubing, right? Like you are parasocial with every content creator you watch, right? Like I adore the shit out of Super Eyepatch Wolf, and I did have the misfortune of meeting the guy. But I say misfortune The reason why I say misfortune is because I could not fucking talk to the man. John walked up, he was super nice, he said, hey, how's it going? And I couldn't fucking say anything. I locked up, and it's the only time I've ever locked up. It's because he's so fucking handsome, and it, like, threw me off. Like, it completely threw me off. I'm embarrassed to admit that, but I've admitted that. I did. I totally crumbled, and I'm still, like, really fucking embarrassed about it. Because it's not even like this was a meet and greet. I was, like, I was backstage somewhere. So he's assuming everybody's fucking cool, and I locked up like an idiot. I'm still embarrassed about it. I love John, though. Love Super Eye Petrol. You are inherently parasocial, right? I love John. John does not love me. John does not know who I am. You know? Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those. Like, that's fine. Boundaries mean nothing when it comes to your Oshis. I never said that. That is not something I ever said. Don't put words in my mouth. But yeah. Would it be bad if we got shy around you? No, it's fine. At the meet and greet, I know y'all were shy, and that's okay. You've never technically met me, you know? So it's okay to be shy. Don't feel bad about being shy. Shit happens. Pallas Athena, please tell me, what came first? The chicken or the egg? Arceus. I'm pretty sure Arceus was an egg. Arceus was an egg first, and then came Arceus. So the correct answer is the egg. Yep. Well done. I stand by that. Pokemon's a good way to measure it. You can't even tell me I'm wrong. Oof. The age-old question. Yeah, it's the age-old question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? But yeah, I think, yeah, IMHO, it's definitely the egg. Definitely the egg. You know why I say that? Because technically the egg came first, but maybe the thing that came out of the egg was not a chicken yet. But eventually laid eggs, and then those eggs hatched and became a chicken. Alright, so the egg came first. Pokemon is real? Yeah. Finally somebody solved this mystery? Yeah, egg came first. Open mind. Do not fucking Hongdae guy me. Are you open mind? Do not fucking Hongdae guy me right now. Do not Hongdae guy me. If you guys know who Hongdae guy is, you know what I'm talking about. Do not Hongdae guy me. Bruh, do not Hongdae guy me. Hongdae, also, like, low-key. You perfect, me perfect. Do not Hongdae guy. Listen, Hongdae guy is also fine as fuck, just for the record. But, like, not Hongdae guy as in, like, the character. I mean the guy who plays Hongdae guy. Like, he's fine as fuck. I watched that clip. I saw enough. Hongdae guy. Oh my god, Hongdae guy's too funny. Anyway. Oh god of wisdom. I found a VTuber who speaks multiple languages. And in one language, he sounds like a charming young man. In another, he sounds like a total brat. I feel like I can never see him the same way again. What should I do? I don't know. This one stumps me. I would say it's okay to not see him the same way, because now you see him as a brat, so now it's added layers to his character, you know? You are very handsome. Do you want your number in my iPhone 16 Max? Shut up, Holly. Are you open-minded? Stop. No Hongdae guy. There's a no Hongdae guy stream. We love the Gatmoe. Like AO3's bratty or genuinely a brat? That's a good point. Is it like fanfiction brat or is it like an actual brat? I'm going to assume they mean like AO3 brat. I'm assuming that they're talking about Charlie XCX brat. You know, we're talking about Brat the album. No, in all seriousness, to me this is fine. Like VTubers having like multiple like tones depending on the language that they speak in. Is this? I'm trying to figure out who this is about. I know I shouldn't because you asked anonymously and you didn't give a name, but I am sitting here trying to be like, who is this? Who is this? Like not who wrote this, but which VTuber is this referring to? It has to be a dude because there's masculine pronouns. So I'm like, it has to be a guy. Who is this? Like, sounds charming. It sounds like a charming young man, and then in the other sounds like a total brat. See, okay, yeah. Altus, Zally, Vare, Willie. I was thinking Roscoe, maybe. I was like, is it Roscoe? Like who is this? Sable? Yeah, like, I don't know. I was like, who is this? Is it one of like the By the Beat boys? Could be indie. It could be indie. Could be indie. I don't know. I don't know who this could be. Right? I'm trying to think who it is. Detective mode. Sayu? It could be Sayu. It could be Sayu. Because I'm trying to think like which VTuber boys that I know who can speak multiple languages. Aka can speak different languages, right? I kind of like brats, but then again, I'm also a bit of a brat. I don't know what I am. Am I a brat? I assume I'm a bit of a brat. I have brat-like tendencies. I assume I'm a brat, but I can't speak different languages. Can I speak another language? I'm trying to think. Not well. I know phrases in other languages, but I couldn't speak enough to like carry me. If it's a VA, I can see why they're cooked as a fan. That's fair. You wish. You can be very bratty, but it's a cute, endearing brat rather than soon rather than kind of a brat. Yeah, that's fair. Athena is a sassy, cute god. Why, thank you, Toast. I try. Okay. Yeah. Don't do anything, Anonymous BB. You don't have to do anything. All this has done is added layers to his character. Don't do anything. Embrace the layers. Embrace both layers. It gives you Gatmo it's fine. Next one. Dear Athie, how do I convince my boss to let me bring a dog into the office? It is simple. You say, boss, look at this dog. And you show the boss a picture of your dog. And he'd be like, wouldn't it be great if this dog showed up at the office? Wouldn't that be great? You know what you could do is you could say like, this dog, like you just explained like, hey, my dog has separation anxiety, like really bad. Can I bring him into the office? I promise he's not gonna disturb anybody. He'll sit, he'll lay on the dog bed. He's totally fine, right? So long as nobody else in the office is allergic to dogs, I don't really see why this would be a problem. Yeah, you don't ask. You just show up one day with the dog. Yeah. Cloudy! Oh my goodness, Cloudy. Cloudy, thank you for the super. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. On Monday, I was sitting here alone with your stream, and YouTube said, watch Cass speaking German. And that was my first language, so I'm familiar with it. And oh boy, I totally freaked out. It was crazy. Wait, it was Cloudy? You said that? It was Cass? I did not think it was Cass. It was Cass? Oh my god. That's so funny. Also, Cloudy, thank you for the super, big super. Everybody say thank you. My goodness. Make a PowerPoint presentation on how you can, how your dog can improve work productivity and help create a positive work environment. Actually, genuinely, that is a good idea. That is a genuinely good idea. I like that idea. Yeah, I agree. Just basically tell your boss that the dog, like ask if anybody in the office has allergies to dogs. If he says no, then provide a presentation on why the dog would make the office better. There you go. Next question. What do I have to do to get a lovely maid to make me a sandwich? I'm assuming you mean me. I'm going to safely assume this is about me. Unless you're talking about a genuine maid, in which case, hire a maid. But if you want me to make you a sandwich, it depends. I kind of make exclusively paninis at this point, so if you're down for a panini, I will make you a fucking panini. That shit will taste. Yeah, I don't know if you guys like. I have a panini press. I am addicted to the damn thing. I cannot have a regular sandwich anymore. It has to be a panini, or I don't want it. Like, I'll take a panini. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I will make you a panini. That is. Maybe we'll do a stream. Just can it panini. Can this panini? Can it panini? Male wife Athie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I definitely have male wife energy, I think. Oh, there's sandwiches that I will only eat as a panini. Yeah, there's some sandwiches that are like exclusively like this is a panini sandwich. But even stuff that you wouldn't expect, like I can't have a peanut butter and jelly anymore. Like even a peanut butter and jelly, it shouldn't panini, but it fucking paninis. You know, it's really good. Yeah, I can't have a regular PB&J anymore. I can't. I simply can't. I am like locked into it has to be a panini. So yeah, you don't even have to ask. I'm down to do that. Maybe we'll do a stream one day where I'll just make everybody sandwiches. Last question. Dear Athena. Well, speaking of cooking streams, when cooking bird brains, which spices and drinks would work best? When cooking a delicious bird brain, it is thus. Bird brains taste best with a little salt and pepper. Little salt and pepper. Some Cajun spices. I personally would pour some Frank's Red Hot on there. On the like, and then you chop up the bird brain, salt, pepper, Cajun spice, Frank's Red Hot. Put that on a sandwich. Panini it. Open it up. Put the panini on a bread. Put some nice garnish on the panini, and then served with a nice glass of red wine. There you go. That's how you cook a bird brain right there. Don't eat the BBs. What do you mean? Sometimes you gotta eat the BBs. Sometimes you gotta eat the BBs. It's like when Chewie had to eat some of the porgs. Sometimes you gotta eat the BBs. You know? Burb. So poultry seasoning and barbecue sauce. Pretty much. Pretty much. Wild Dio. Thank you for the recipe. I got you. Giving Farquaad vibes. Listen, some of you may die, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take. Some of you may die, but it's a risk I am willing to take. I can't believe you just said I was giving Farquaad vibes. I can't believe you would say this. Breaking my heart, snapping it like a Twix bar. You got my hopes up so high and then you mugged and shot them in an alleyway. I can't believe you. Can't believe you've done this. But yeah, there you go. That is the wisdom of Athena. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any other questions for me, I will answer them thusly. We can answer them here. You won't be anonymous, but I will answer them in the chat. If there's any other questions, fire away while we finish our questions, our anonymous questions. Thank you for the booby workouts. I got you, BBs. Don't worry. You're welcome for the booby workouts. The gentle on the boobage workouts. I got you. The boobage. That's a word. How big is your wing and can I have it? It's pretty big. It's about the size of me. So it's like 5 foot. Like 5 foot. It's actually probably a little bigger than me, so maybe like 5'8". Pretty big wing. But no, you cannot have it. I only have the one. You know, Athena, the perfect wingman. I am literally the perfect wingman, because I am actually the perfect wingman. Like legitimately. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that wild, Dale? Also, before I forget, wait, did I miss the booby workout? Yes, there were booby workouts. Wait, question. It's important. Yeah, fire away. Fire away, Holly. Fire away. In the meantime, I will quickly address. If you didn't catch it, we did have to move karaoke to tomorrow. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Scream is gonna the Scream watch along is gonna be next week. Also, this July is gonna be a little hectic for me. The next few months are gonna be a little hectic for me. So the amount of days that I stream might be less. just so you guys know. I'm going to try to stream for a little bit longer to make up for that. But yeah, I will be streaming a little bit less in terms of days, but I'll try to stream a little longer to kind of make up for it. If you have to be either a small gnome, a cat boy, or a bunny boy, which would you be? Cat boy. Cat boy, for sure. Wait, 6 p.m. Or 5 p.m. EST. I thought it was 5 p.m. you moved it to. It's, let me double check. I think it's, I'm pretty sure I made it to 6, but I'll double check. Let's see. Karaoke. Oh, 5. Okay, it says 5. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I thought it was 6. It's 5. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. EST. Not 6. 5 p.m. EST tomorrow. 5 p.m. Would thou'st approve of being drawn as Lord Farquaad? You are absolutely allowed to draw. You are allowed to draw me however you want. You never feel like you have to ask. Draw me whatever. You could draw me as whatever you like. I am malleable. If you wish for me to be Farquaad, I will be Farquaad. What moment in a game do you still rant about to this day? For me, it's Thoma's route in Amnesia. A game that I still rant about today, DMC, Devil May Cry. Team Ninja's version of Devil May Cry. It's awful. Like, just the whole game. Not even a moment. It's just the entire game. Cannot stand it. Legitimately, like, I've never been able to look at the studio ever, like, the same way. And not Team Ninja. What am I thinking? DMC, Devil May Cry. Who made this? Who made this game? A Ninja Theory. I've never been able to look at Ninja Theory the same. Like, they're the people who make, like, the Hellblade, like, Senua's Saga. I can't look at them. Hoot hoot to you, Athena. Have a nice day. Oh, bye, Evan! You had me there for a second. All the mods were scheduling today, and I fear the wrench that would have been thrown into the plan. No. Yeah, this is tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Yes. I will never, ever be able to look at Ninja Theory with any level of hype because of DMC. It is completely immature on my part. It is immature of me to do that, but any project they have will forever be tainted by DMC. It was that bad. It was that atrocious. I can never look at them the same way. Completely ruined them for me. What's the most recent song you listened to? If no song, is there any new games that you want to try and stream? Most recent song I listened to was Die With A Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. And then any new games you'd want to try on stream? Not really. I don't really play video games that you guys would like, to be fair. Like, I like Fortnite and fighting games, and I don't think those are games that you guys are particularly big fans of. So I don't want to subject you to a game that you might not be interested in watching, you know? So I'd rather we just hang out and vibe. I do have stuff that I'd like to do, but I'd rather, like, save that as a surprise, you know? I listen to Daddy Daddy Do before stream. Daddy Daddy Do. That song goes hard. Well done. Excellent. Any other questions? Any other questions before we wrap up here? Anything else? Anything else that you guys would like to ask while I have a big stretch? Big stretch! Wait. We could try to watch you play? Yeah, I guess. Like, the thing is, like, I know what you guys like, and I just don't want to stream a game that you guys don't like. You know, it's just kind of, it's not, like, I don't want to say waste of time, but it is sort of a waste of time. Like, if I know you guys aren't going to like it, I don't want to just waste your time with something you're not going to enjoy, you know? Not to mention, it also hurts us in the algorithm, so I try not to do that. Do we know what we like? You don't. You say like, oh, well, like, okay, here's the truth. You guys want to take, and this is coming from a content creator, right? This is coming from somebody who makes content. You'll never know what you like. Y'all are really nice, and you say that you'll watch stuff, but you never do. Like, that's the truth. And this isn't like the BBs. This is viewers in general. This is this isn't aimed at just my viewers. This is everybody. You never know what you want, ever. I don't know what I want. When it comes to like my favorite content creators, I'm always like, yeah, make it, I'll watch it, and then I never do, because it's not my interest. You know, like it's just not. Like unless I have like Juju said, unless I have like a collab, like then you guys might watch it because you want to see like who's gonna win, and it's fun to watch the different VTubers like compete with each other. Like that's fun. But yeah, no, you guys will not watch if I just play Tekken. Like if I play Tekken, you're not gonna watch. You know, I have to be doing something. Like that stream where Roy, like I had Roy come on and we like ranked Tekken outfits. Like that worked because it was me and Roy, and people were like, oh, Athena and Roy, I want to watch that. Like that works, right? I don't like to watch Valo or first-person shooters. That's just it, right? Like if somebody's playing Valorant, I have no interest in watching that because I'm not big into Valorant. I don't care. I did play Tekken 5 once when I was like 20. Hey, Tekken's great. I love Tekken, but I'm telling you, you guys, like, some of you might show up, but not everybody, you know? So it's just not worth it. I would rather you guys be able to be entertained start to finish, right? Like, this stream was fun because I know the BBs are gonna get a laugh out of it, right? Like, but also it was, like, a good stream because there's some moments during the stream that I think we had some good conversations as well, right? Like, I think for me, when it comes to what do I like to stream, I like to stream stuff that lets me chit-chat, and the best streams for that are Zatsudans and variations of Zatsudans, and that's typically what I stream. All right? Like, I do play games, but it's just not very often. I still remember I liked to pick a cute girl and kick the shit out of my opponents. I mean, this is the best part. Usually when I watch competitive game streams, it's because the streamer is really good at Zatsudans. I get where you're coming from, but there are a lot of people who, if I were to play like Street Fighter or something like that, because I'm not at that competitive level, and I mainly just talk to chat, they would hate the stream because I'm not doing very well in the game, and it would drive them nuts, right? Like, for me, it's almost always the personality. I've never been into Apex. But there's one VTuber who I will watch all 4 hours of Apex without looking away somehow. I'm trying to think if I know who plays Apex. I know a couple VTubers who play Apex. That's definitely true. I think it really just, it's gonna depend, you know? It's all gonna depend on, like, what you're into. Some people do watch just because they like the VTuber, right? Oh, that person who graduated. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, well, I see. By the way, before I go, I want to say something really quick because I know some people are very much confused and panicky. Hey, so somebody left a company. They didn't graduate because they kept their IP, but somebody recently left a company. And 2 days before that, another person left that same company. Let me tell you something. They are going to go off and they're going to do really cool things. And you don't have to worry because it's not like that person's leaving. It's not like the IP is going away or anything bad is happening, right? It is okay to be sad though. But I will say you don't have to doom and gloom about it because it's not like the company's going anywhere, at least not right now. And the thing that I'll say is a lot of people assume that when somebody leaves a company that something bad happened. That is not always the case. Obviously, there are examples of people leaving where something very bad did happen, and I think every company has definitely had its fair share of dumb decisions. However, the other thing that I will point out is sometimes when people leave a company, it's literally as simple as somebody leaving a company because they want to do other things. Good example, the Try Guys used to be at BuzzFeed. Then they left, and they made the Try Guys. Watcher, I think that's their name, Watcher, they used to be, I also think, on BuzzFeed, and then they left, and they made Watcher. Sophia Nygaard, who I adore, used to be with BuzzFeed, and then they left, and now there's Sophia Nygaard and they're making their own stuff. Sometimes you're with a company and you have a great time at the company, but you want to leave because you want to do your own thing. Or maybe you want to go work somewhere else, you know? These things happen, right? It's not always drama. In the case of the most recent person who left, I don't know if it's drama, just because it is kind of odd timing that they left right after another person, but from watching their stream, it really doesn't sound like it, so I'm going to safely assume that it's not. So, yeah, don't panic. Everything's fine. That's the lesson of today. And that's the extra little bit of Athena's wisdom. But with that said, though, I do think that I will wrap it up here. And we are, I guess, gonna raid Poseidon again. Because Poseidon's the only other person. Okay, I might be thinking about maybe doing streams on Purple Site in July. I've been toying with the idea of spending July on the Purple Site, but I don't want to just abandon the Red Site. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I definitely want to hang out with Mythos people. So it's, yeah, the best raid, yeah, our best raid homie. I just feel like we're constantly raiding Sai because nobody else is streaming over here, and so it'd be nice to stream to get the BBs to know the other members of Mythos, right? But it is difficult. So I've been thinking about maybe streaming on the Purple Site for like a month next month, just to be like, I'm doing this for a month, right? But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of up in the air. Anyway, let's head off. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna go raid over, or redirect over to Poseidon. And the message is, why does no one else from Mythos stream on here? Athy is crying, lol. There you go. That's the redirect message. There you go. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. Until next time, hoot hoot to you. And, of course, end of line. I wonder what Sai is going to think when she sees that message. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I'll keep you guys in the loop on if I decide to stream over on the Purple Site. Maybe we'll do like a month and then just like, I don't know. But at the same time though, I'm not streaming very much in July anyway, so I should probably keep them over here. I don't know. Anyway, bye bye BBs. Bye bye.